The session today has 2 parts instead of the regular 3. We're going to have a very long start, which is not going to be, it is going to be a warm-up. We're going to use the band, but it's going to get intense very, very fast. Since it's a band and light movements, that is totally okay and safe. Now let's have a look at all 4 of the movements. Later on, I will explain the concept of the warm-up and how to set your timer and such. Now I'm going to have Sval and Kenneth demo these movements for you guys. And we're going to start off with the band push down, which is a good tricep exercise. You start with the band around your neck, with the elbows next to the body, and you want to start with tension on the band in a 90-degree angle over the elbow. Now from there, your pinky is pointing to the floor. You're going to keep your elbow in a spot, push against the band until your pinky is pointing backwards. Beautiful. You go back up and you keep doing it. It's called the band push down. Now what is very important here is remain tension on the band throughout the movement, also when you go up. And don't just go up fast, but keep control there. We're going to do X amount of repetitions per minute, which is 15 in this case, right? So you need to be able to do that in at least 45 seconds so you have a quick break. Now, Kenneth's going to show you what to do if you have an injury in the elbow that's make it very painful through that pressing down movement. You'll just reverse the movement by doing a curl with the band. So same positioning of the elbow, but now we go from extension to fully bending. So all the way down with the arm, all the way up with the arm, and we hit the opposite muscle here. Great performance. Good. Our second movement here is going to be a squat with the band wrapped around the knees. Now you can loop it as much as you'd like to, but the important thing is that you might have to go slightly wider than normal in your squatting stance, right? And there needs to be tension on the band, because the idea is that we actively press our knees into the band while going to regular squats, so we fire the glutes a bit more. Guys, can you give me a couple of squats here? So while they're going through their squats, I'm still going to give you my 4 all-time favorite points of performance, which is 1, heels, big toe, little toe pressed into the floor. 2, knees tracking the toes. 3, sit your hips on your heels. And 4, keep your chest up nice and high. But if you look at it, they're actively pressing their knees against the band, because what is this band doing? It's pulling the knees in. We don't want to have that. Now Kenneth's going to go sit on the floor and show you what to do if you can't squat due to an injury. Heels on the floor, 90-degree angle of the knees. From there, same tension of the band, drive the hips up to the ceiling. Boom, drive the hips up to the ceiling. So a glute bridge with band tension, because the knees are pulled in and he's pressing against the band. Very good. Now, those are being combined for 10 minutes straight in an EMOM fashion. Now let's have a look at the second 10-minute EMOM, where we're going to do 2 different movements. Right? First one is going to be a bend over row, where I want you to stand on both sides of the band. Take the band with your arms, get set up properly, so upper body as parallel to the floor as possible, slight knee bend, tight core. From there, elbows go back and up and back down. And again, while they're going on, look at how they're forcing their elbows up, keeping that squeeze in the top, and then a controlled lower. I like that. A lower with control to keep tension on the band and let the back do as much work as we possibly can. Very nice, guys. Now Kenneth will show you right away what to do. If pulling is very tough for you on the elbows, for example, you can turn this into a chest press. So you're going to place the band around the upper body and press it forward. There you go. Now this, and this might happen a couple of times. What you can always do is, if you have something at home that is vertical and standing, is wrap the band around that object. So a pole, for example, you can use, wrap the band around it. A door handle might not be the safest option, but it might be. And then do the same movement there. Okay, now we're going to go to our last movement, which is a staggered stance deadlift with band tension. So I want you to stand with one foot on the double loop band, grab it firmly. Now first go set up that staggered stance. That means front leg is slightly bent, back leg on the toe. From there, you hinge, you come up, you squeeze your butt. You sit back, and you come up. Now you want to make sure you keep tension on the band even in the bottom, so you might want to get your hands a bit lower if necessary to keep that motion going. Now there's always a tendency with the staggered stand deadlifts to favor towards the foot, but I want you to get your hinge to be squared hips and shoulders, so you stay in a proper pattern there while going through this. Very nice job. Now we're going to have a look for the last time at an injury option that Kenneth will show you guys if lower back feels iffy today. We're going to wrap that band and loop it again around the knees. Then we're going to do the abduction walk again. So we're going to stand here, slide knee bend, slide hip bend. He's going to step out. Then he's going to get back in with that foot, and then he's going to go back to the spot. This will count for 2 reps. And instead of doing 10 and 10 of the staggered stance deadlift, you will do 20 in total of these, alternating steps here. What is very important is remain the tension on the band throughout. So because we only use the band in this warm-up, that rule counts for everything that we do. You want to have tension in every portion of the movement, starting position, end position, throughout in the top, throughout in the finish. It's time to start on this first portion of the day, and I want to explain the concept first, because we just had a look at all 4 of the movements and injury scaling options. Now let's have a look at how it flows. You're going to set your interval timer at an EMOM, so use the SmartWatt app for that, and you're going to set it for 1 minute intervals, 22 of these in total. Right? Now the first 10 minutes, we're going to alternate between band pushdowns and squats with the band around the knees. So you do 15 reps of the band pushdown in all the odd numbered minutes, and in all the even numbered minutes you're going to do the squats for 20 repetitions. Then upon completion of the first 10 minutes, there's 2 minutes of doing nothing and just resting a bit. And then you start with a similar 10-minute EMOM right after, where you're going to alternate between the bend over rows for 15 reps, and in the other minute you're going to do 10 staggered stance deadlifts on one leg and 10 staggered stance deadlifts on the other leg, and that'll conclude 22 minutes of work, where in the middle you rest for 2. Now we're going to start off with the first EMOM. So let's have a look at Sval and Kenneth, and you at home. I want you guys to join us right away. I'm going to set my timer, so you guys can follow me along here. You're going to have the bend around the neck as a necklace. And don't go fast, you just want to chase the pump. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, let's do. There we go, 15 reps of the band pushdown. I'll give you guys some timer updates in the meantime. Just remember that as long as you can get the work done in a minute, you'll be fine. Your heart rate won't go up too fast. That is all good. The thing we're chasing here is a full body pump. We're upper body pressing, we're upper body pulling, and we're lower body pressing and lower body pulling, and we'll do everything with band tension. So we are now about 30 seconds in. I think a rep takes about 2 seconds when performed properly, 2 to 3 seconds. So in between the 30 and 45 seconds you will be done. If you go too fast, you just have to rest very long. But it's also good if the pump gets too big here. So we have 15 seconds left. It is nice if you already wrap the band around the knees and set yourself up in a squatting pattern. Because if you do the 20 squats properly, they'll take a bit longer. And we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shaboom. And that is the beautiful thing of an EMOM, people at home as well, is you have a fixed amount of work to do. The remainder of the time, of the minute in this case, you can just rest up. Here we go. Really focus on sitting your butt on your heels and driving your knees into that band properly. So don't let the knees cave in these squats here. That is good. We're 20 seconds down. Keep pressing those knees in. At home as well, if you have that band looped properly, I want you to keep forcing your knees into that band. You want to make it work so your glutes fire properly. It's a very great way of actually warming up as well for a heavy squat session, which you might be doing when you come back here when gym is reopened. Alright, so you need to go on for 8 more minutes in this combination, and then we'll get back to you guys with the second portion. Press pause. So that was 75 band pushdowns and 100 squats with the band around the knees in just 10 minutes. A good way of getting quality work and using that EMOM thing. Now we are in our 2-minute break. So in a second we're going to continue, and I'm going to have a look at my timer that is already running. So I'm going to have a look at it and then see that we only have 10 more seconds of rest. And then we're going to start our 13th interval, because we had 2 resting intervals. We're going to start off with 15 band bend over rows. Going into the 10-10 stagger stand deadlifts in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So then 2 minutes of rest are suddenly over very, very fast. Here we go. So 15 bend over rows with, again, a rep taking about 2 to 3 seconds, giving you probably 30 to 45 seconds of work. I like how both of them are really forcing on pulling the elbow back and up, to utilizing the lat muscles as much as we possibly can. And keeping that torso in the same spot while they're moving. So don't let the band pull you down, right? You're going to control the lowering portion of this movement by having your lats squeezed, and maybe your biceps involved as well. Very nice. A little over 30 seconds took it for them to get through all the repetitions here. And we have 20 seconds left before we move on to our second movement in the second 10-minute EMOM, which is the stagger stance band deadlift. Okay, 10 more seconds, gentlemen. They're gonna start with the right foot forward. Don't go fast, although this movement might take a bit longer with 20 reps. We have 3, 2, 1, let's go. So first thing we aim for is that slight knee bend in the front leg and the back leg not working at all. They're just there to stabilize us. Now, hips and shoulders need to be squared, so they need to be in the same line throughout. You don't want to favor the shoulder towards the front leg because it feels natural. You want to have your hamstrings engaged when you're going down. You want to really focus on squeezing hamstrings and butt when you go back up, so your glutes really do the work here as well. 10 reps are done fast, and then you go to the other leg, and then you move on there as well to do another set of 10 reps, because obviously we need to work both legs here. Here we go. So don't feel rushed when you get close to the end of the EMOM timer, because you can actually go right into your bend over rows. We got 10 more seconds in this minute. There we go. I think it's beautiful programming when you have a 3, 2, 1, let's start on the next movement kind of flow going on, right? Now this means that we are done, as in with the first round of this 10-minute EMOM, and we need to continue for how many more minutes? For 8 more minutes, so 4 more rounds of this combination. Good luck with this one, embrace the pump and press pause. Alright, so the band is away, and now we're gonna finish this workout with something intense. What we just did was 20 minutes of, let's call it resistant band strength work, right? Getting a good pump, getting the entire body to fire, and now we're gonna finish up with some explosive work combined with some abs and more glute work. Very fun little concept we have here. 3 movements, of which 2 is gonna be laying on your back, so that's the easy stuff, and then we throw in something very, very nasty there to get your heart rate up fast. Now let's have a look at Swole and Kenneth demoing the first 2 movements. We're going to start off here with the toe touches and the glute bridges. By getting our legs up nice and high, shoulder blades come off the floor, we reach up. We come back down with the shoulder blades, we reach up. These are very short range of motion, but when done properly, they'll burn your abs quickly. Good. Now from the toe touch, immediately I want them to go to the second movement, which is get your legs down, hip width stance, 90-degree angle of the knee, heels pressed into the floor, toes can be slightly off, and then from there, fold your hip around your belly button, squeeze your butt, get up. Boom! Come back down. At home, when you're practicing this as well while they're going, really focus on fighting the urge to arch here. I don't want you to arch the lower back, I want you to fold the hips forward and then squeeze your butt on the way up, and keep that folded position even when you come back down. So it's very easy to connect the toe touches and the glute bridges in this workout, and in the rep scheme it'll be 2-2, 4-4, 6-6, 8-8, 10-10, 12-12, 14-14, 16-16, 18-18, 20-20. Good. Now let's have a look at that movement that is not going to change in the rep scheme, but it's going to end every round with 5 reps. 5 reps, 5 reps, 5 reps, 5 reps, 5 reps. It'll be the kickback tuck jump. Gentlemen, give me a couple reps. Lovely. If you think that this workout will not get your heart rate up, I will tell you, this workout will get your heart rate up. You guys can rest for a second. That's good. Now we didn't do the entire burpee thing in here because I need this to go just fast, and there shouldn't be a part in this movement where you can rest. And if you do a regular burpee, you can lay on the floor for a while, you can stand up for a while. This is just all movement, 5 reps. That's why I chose not to get the rep scheme to increase, but keep it at 5 every round again, okay? Now we're gonna have one more look at Kenneth, showing you guys how to scale this if you cannot jump. We'll do a walking kickback. And instead of getting both knees in the jump, we put one leg up, boom, walking kickback. Second rep, you get the other knee up, boom. And he's gonna continue, but it's all good from now on. 3, and then you get 4, and then you get 5. All right, let's rest here. Now, if you feel that because of doing one leg at a time, 5 reps is gonna mess with your head a bit, not favoring one leg over the other, you can always do 6 reps. Alright, so it is time to get all these movements combined into the workout. I already told you guys the rep scheme 1,000 times, but I didn't tell you how long the workout is. It's 15 minutes of an AMRAP. So Let's get ready to rumble in this one. You can actually log your score in the app. You just have to make sure you count all the repetitions, which is a lot of work. Good luck with that. I do want you to do it and join us in this one, all right? Okay, 15 minutes of an AMRAP. Fall ready, get it ready, you at home are ready. We start in 3, and 2, and 1, and go! Just 2 toe touches. Legs on the floor, 2 glute bridges. Boom. Right back, stand up, and let's start on 5 kickback duck jump. Get those knees up to your chest, guys. Nice and high. Here we go. Boom. 5 quickies here. Jump, jump, jump. It's 3 quick jumps per rep. Then you go back onto your back and you start on the round of 4 toe touches. And the funny thing is now the toe touching glute bridges, over time will become harder because you have to do these very small and strict movements with a higher heart rate, which is always tougher to do. All right, here they go again. So the first 2 rounds won't take more than a minute, but I'm very curious to see where people are gonna end up. In the demo, I counted for you guys all the way up to 2025, and I actually think lots of people will get there in that 15-minute time frame, although I am gonna expect a big slowdown later on. So this is the round of 6, and I can hear they're breathing a bit harder than in the beginning, and that is all good. We started this session with band work, and then we finished off with this very explosive little intense workout here. Boom, going to 6, moving right back to the belly, and at home as well. I need you guys to keep flowing here. We're gonna go for 5 kickback tuck jumps. All right, so they're moving on with their set of 5 before moving on into the round of 8 and 8. They're a little over a minute in here. I hope you guys are doing well. Continue and press pause.